Deforestation. What is deforestation? What do you know about deforestation?
I really don't know much about it, but I heard that it's about burning the forests, cutting the trees, and so on.
Maybe it's like cutting trees and forests to replace it to make some farms and villages for the people.
What do you know about deforestation?
Isn't it when they're like cutting down all the Amazon with like big giant machinery like for logging and everything?
Is when they cut down trees to build, I don't know, like factories. We're deforesting places unnecessarily to build things that we don't really need.
Deforestation is the clearing of Earth's forests on a very large scale, and it has negative impacts on the land. The forests are cleared through logging, and burning. The large trees are cut down and dragged through the forest. The access roads open up remote forest areas to agriculture by poor farmers. The many rainforest animals cannot survive in the changed environment. Burning. The vegetation is cut down on a piece of land, then it is set on fire. The remaining ashes have nutrients that are used for farming. This is an unsustainable way of farming and only successful in the short run.
Why is it important? Tropical rainforests contain an estimated 5 to 50 million species. It also houses about 50% of all life on the planet. Tropical rainforests contain 25% of the world's cancer-fighting organisms. They also contain many foods and spices. Do you think it's still happening today?
Yeah.
I believe so. And I think it's pretty commonplace until now.
Yeah. Do you think it's still happening?
I don't know exactly, but maybe I think so.
The extent of deforestation. "30 to 37 acres of forest are lost each minute due to deforestation." This is the equivalent of 36 football fields per minute. This graph shows the highest deforestation of natural forests, and it shows that Brazil clearly has the highest number because the Amazon is the most deforested and it's in this location, followed by Indonesia and several other countries. This graph shows deforestation in South America, and within the previous years it has been spiking to a new all-time high. This graph shows deforestation in the world, and again it is increasing more and more as the years go by.
The causes. Land is cleared for farms, ranches, and cities. It is cleared for wood and paper and products as well. There could be an unintentional deforestation, like wildfires. This graph is showing the causes of deforestation in the Brazilian Amazon. And as you can see, the cattle ranching is the biggest, which is 65 to 70%. And the second largest is the small-scale agriculture, which is 20 to 25%. The impacts.
How do you think deforestation affects people and the environment and animals?
I think it has a negative impact on everyone.
I mean, people are doing it for their own convenience, but since it's burning the forests, so it not only affects the plants but also for the animals living in the forest. So I think it has a really negative influence to the environment.
The greenhouse effect. Like oxygen is gone, so animals die, people die. I don't know any further.
The main impact is it can destroy habitats of animals and it threatens their existence. It is the major part of loss of biodiversity as well. It causes greenhouse gas emissions. Without trees, respiration cannot occur, so that carbon dioxide isn't converted to oxygen, which expedites global warming. Deforestation disrupts the water cycle. Trees can no longer evaporate groundwater or help return water vapor back into the atmosphere. The surrounding climate becomes drier.
How to prevent deforestation. So how do you think we could help with this situation?
I mean, I think people should be, awareness is probably a really big part of it, because a lot of people aren't aware of the fact that we are deforesting or killing trees. I think people should know about it, and we should campaign for it and sign petitions to try and get politicians to change policy so we stop.
The major way to prevent deforestation is to completely stop cutting down trees. You could also reduce the number of trees cut down and make sure that you plant new trees when you do cut them down. Another way is to recycle. Some governments protect land in order to prevent the destruction of forests. The Wilderness Act of 1964 was used by the U.S. government to preserve wilderness areas in national forests and federal areas of the United States. The Roadless Rule of 2001 provides protection for roadless areas within the National Forest System by prohibiting the construction of roads and timber harvesting. Did you know? Forests cover over 30% of the Earth's total land. Over 20% of the world's oxygen is produced by the Amazon rainforest. There are more fish species in the Amazon than in the entire Atlantic Ocean. At this rate, in 100 years, there will be no existing rainforests.